Adobe just announced their new color mode coming later this year. It is available in beta right now if you want to check it out, but let me give you a sneak peek of what it looks like. All right, let's jump into it. You'll see that there's a new color tab up here. I'm going to click that. This is going to be kind of the first thing that you're greeted with here. What you'll see here, this is kind of the meat of the whole new system here and how you interact with these color controls. If I click on one of these controls, I can scroll up. Up and down are always going to be your primary adjustment, and then left and right will give you a secondary adjustment. So I can change the pivot point in this case. You get a little pop-up HUD that's contextual to whatever the control is that you're doing. Over here on the color shift, it actually populates some of the colors from the clip in there just to help you isolate specific things. And when I hover over something, it will give you a little preview of what you're about to adjust. So let's click here. Now I'm going to target just the specific hue right here on there. Let's do a hue shift. I can go over here, change that to green, and then boom, there we go. Pretty cool. You can also add new zones here. The intention is to work from sort of a global level downward. You can start adding new zones here and get more granular here. Let me pop over to this clip grid. This is a way you can visualize all the clips in your sequence without having an effect on your sequence itself. You also get some cool filtering options here. For example, let's see, one of these clips I have multiple instances of. So if I want to look for only clips with the same source, you can see, boom, I have 2 clips there. So it makes it easy to navigate clips in your timeline. So this grid view navigation is good to know leading into this next concept here. They introduce a new system here that they call operations. When you make a clip adjustment, you add a new kind of operator here. So this is how you would make multiple adjustments on a single clip, almost like adding different instances of the Lumetri color effect. You can also make a selection and add a group. I've got 4 clips highlighted here. Let's add an operation to the selected clips. Boom. Let's just make some adjustments to this whole group that I've got selected. I'll make something big, some crazy. Let's just blow these out. Okay, so I nuked these guys. Now, any of these clips that I have, I can still make individual clip adjustments to them, but I can also make a group adjustment, and you'll see that it affects all the clips in the group without me having to be selected on all of the clips in the group. The other thing is a sequence. You can make adjustments to everything in a sequence. The intended flow here is that you would do your kind of color corrections on clips or in groups, and then by the time you get to sequence level, that's maybe a more stylistic choice. You can use it however you want, but they provide here a quick path to choosing style presets. So this is kind of another new feature here. I can click here and scroll through and apply a stylistic preset to the entire sequence. These are comprised of style modules. These are the currently available style modules, but they are going to be adding to this list over time. All right, I'm just going to delete this one for now. Delete. But if you wanted to build your own thing here, let's do add a sequence style. I'm gonna add like a contrast kit to this. Let's make a little contrast adjustment. I could add another module here. Let's try this flare one. Done. We can kind of adjust the bottom there, bring up the black level a little bit. If I like what I've got here, I can save this as my own preset, and you can share that, use on other sequences. Okay, so that should cover operations. Let me just rehash the types of adjustments you can make here. So obviously there's the regular clip adjustments you can add. There's the style adjustments like what we just saw. And then you can also add LUTs via this menu as well. Another feature here, you can do comparisons. I'm gonna control click another clip here. And now, I can swap these. I can move this around. And this is how you could make adjustments against another clip. You'll see here that the HUD also has updated where that is split. So if you want to try and match between 2 shots, that's a really cool way to do that. You're able to customize various things, including your HUD. So you can anchor this to the program monitor. I could put this on the controls, change the scale of that, even freeform and move this around and change the scale of that and have it just live somewhere else. I'm gonna put mine right above there, max those out. You can adjust the sensitivity of all of these things. So plenty to dig into there. You can also work with the new masking system in here. So this is great. Let me add a new adjustment to this cat video that I got here. Scroll to the beginning. Let's find the object mask. Boom. can see a little mask symbol there. If I right click this, I can do track mask. Let this do its thing. Okay, so we got the tracked cat. Now I can make some changes to this cat isolated from the rest of the scene there. So one of my early questions was like, well, what if I'm just editing along and I don't want to have to go into color mode? I just want to like tweak the exposure on something. You can pop over into the properties panel and you'll see these color controls here, and you can just start making some adjustments on this. This is tied to a clip adjustment in the color panel, and you can actually just click this button down here to pop back over there. The other thing is, if you want to animate color grades, this is similar to the Lumetri system where you would go into effect controls, and this is where you'll actually be able to surface some of these controls and animate them. Want to animate the exposure here. Boom, I can do that. In order to animate one of these parameters, you do have to have a color adjustment made on the clip first, otherwise you won't see this in effect controls. Because color mode is kind of its own workspace, they've actually made an adjustment to workspaces. So if you click this little down arrow, you'll see that here's all of the workspaces you have, and color has its own set of workspaces. Also worth noting, if I go into keyboard shortcuts, you can see that there is a separate set of keyboard shortcuts for color mode. So you don't have to step on your traditional editing keys to start redefining shortcuts for color mode. So that's really cool. I'll just quickly note that there are other color management settings in here you can open up to start working in wide gamut and getting a little bit more advanced. This is also a work in progress system here. The other thing worth noting is that you can also open up this video scope setting, and you've got video scopes in here. You can customize this however you want. So one of the big things that they've noted with this, it's a completely new system and it does not play well with Lumetri color. So you can't mix the two things. They are totally different color science and you'll get super wonky results. I don't know what that does to certain workflows, like working in After Effects with dynamic link, but we're still in beta, it's early days, so we'll see what happens and how they address that. But I know they have a lot more to come, a lot of additions and tweaks to make. They're gonna be looking for a lot of feedback on this system, so give it a whirl.